Sorry about that, everyone. Not my fault. Nothing on our end. Our internet's up. It just has to do with Rumble, YouTube, and all this. So has nothing to do with me. Anywho, sorry about that, guys. It's listening on the radio. Sorry about that. So Rumble will come back up. Anyway, it's good to have everybody in here. We got a lot going on today I want to talk about. We have there's just a lot to discuss here. Let's see here. Wait for everybody to continue back in. Radio numbers are going back up, so I guess everybody's reverting to the radio, which that's fine too. But we've got so much going on in our country, and I want to just talk to you about a lot of this today. We're going to end this today on some good notes, on some really good stuff. And first thing I wanted to start with is this story about the deputy sheriff. And I started following this yesterday, and I've been reaching out and to a couple other people and just getting information on it. Okay, good. Thank you, Becky. In Rumble, also hello to Mississippi, still watching. Good deal. And our numbers are coming back in on Rumble and everything. But anyway, on this sheriff, what a way to start off Friday. Yeah, I just got a email notification from YouTube. It says that they're having streaming problems nationwide. So who knows what that'll be? That's probably going to be they'll probably come out and say they was hacked or something dumb. But anyway, that ain't us, so thank God. So first thing I did was look at our internet, and because I knew we'd been working on it, and it's absolutely fine. So anyway, getting back to this. So this story in Kentucky of where a judge is in his office, and a deputy sheriff comes in to see him, and kills him, just kills him. And at first there was just rumors going around and stuff like that, but I'm starting to see now that it's going to be more than this. Let's see here. So I'm going to play this here, just a little news thing, and what you're going to hear in the background, you're going to hear him killing the judge. You'll hear the gunfire.
Judge shot inside a Kentucky courthouse. Reportedly by the county sheriff is confirmed dead.
What's your county courthouse? That shots fired?
Around 3 p.m., dozens of police officers descended on the Letcher County Courthouse in Whitesburg, Kentucky, after shots were fired.
Some witnesses in the judge's office.
Police reportedly arrested Letcher County Sheriff Mickey Steins, who was accused of shooting District Judge Kevin Mullins inside his office.
The Kentucky governor reports the judge was shot and killed in the Letcher County Courthouse. The judge was identified as District Judge Kevin Mullins by Kentucky State Auditor of Public Accounts Allison Ball. The Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear said in a social media post that he had been informed that a district judge in Letcher County had been shot and killed in his chambers. I was reporting Kentucky Sheriff Mickey Steins allegedly shot the district judge while in his office inside the courthouse. Our affiliate did report a nearby school in Letcher County did go on lockdown due to this shooting. Kentucky State Police Post did confirm they will be the ones investigating this incident that occurred at the courthouse in Whitesburg.
Okay, so this deputy sheriff, he is actually well known in the area, and he's, from what I can see and what I can find out about him, is he's been very well liked. There's never been any kind of problem with him. And of course, a little bit ago they were saying that he got reprimanded for a deputy that he had trained, and that deputy assaulted someone or whatever, and while was under that deputy's care. So this sheriff got reprimanded for that. Now, who reprimanded him, I don't know. But I don't think that has anything to do with this case. I don't think it has anything to do with this case, because what's coming out now is that this judge, now I'm not anti the judge, okay? Just so everybody knows, he's out for the judge. I'm not out for the judge. But what I'm going to say is very brutal here in a few minutes, okay? It's just brutal. We should call it Brutal Friday. Brutal Friday. So anyways, this it's coming out that this judge has numerous complaints and people that are saying, hey, when women would come into the courthouse, if he liked them, he would let them walk in front of him, and he would make all kinds of comments to them, sexual innuendos, all these things. And now it's coming out that this judge had forcefully done something to the sheriff's daughter. And she's underage. Of course, they got him. They're going to charge him with first-degree murder. What I think is going to happen on this is I think this will be what they call a crime of passion, because this was done in the heat of the moment. This was something this wasn't like premeditated. I'm going to plan this out and do it. I think he found out somehow, some way, and it's going to come out. It's going to come out. And then, of course, just like Diddy, everybody's going to come out of the woodwork of all the people that's had something done to them. If this is true, then the judge brought it upon himself. And I believe that 100%. Because if you go and you sexually assault someone, you sexually assault anyone, you need your penis removed. Is what you need. And you don't need it done surgically. You need someone to take an axe to it and take that sucker off. Like I keep saying, you can't steal a cat, can't steal a dog, you can't steal someone's purse if you don't have fingers or a hand. And we're going to continue to see this kind of stuff. Now, here's the thing. The news is going to all this violence. And then the governor of Kentucky, this violence is out of hand. These guns are out of hand. It was a freaking sheriff, a sworn law enforcement officer that is allowed to have multiple guns, every kind of gun. If this is true, what I'm hearing and seeing, then I'm sorry, he got what he deserved. Because if you sexually assault anyone, but especially a minor, and if America doesn't have a problem with that, if we as Americans don't have a problem with that, then we're just as bad as these predators. If you don't have a problem, if you're a sympathizer with this P. Diddy crap, oh, well, these girls, they brought it on themselves. Not when they were drugged, because he drugged them. And of course, I'm not throwing the blame completely off of this judge, because I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't know the situation. I'm just going to throw out something to you. Some people let their kids run around half naked. And some of these girls that running around that have making themselves up, they don't look like they're 15, 16 years old. And so there has to be some, I don't know on that. I do know that the judge is dead. And, the sheriff wasn't in there that long. He went up there, said he needed to see him. He went into his chamber there. And what happens. It's not cool that there's someone dead. But I'm going to tell you what. I said a couple weeks ago, we need more than a couple. We need a lot of Buford T. Pussers to pop up to stop letting this kind of behavior happen. I'm not calling for people to go out and shoot people, so don't be saying that, because I'm not. But if you touch one of my kids, you'll probably be having a picnic with the judge somewhere. And we're going to follow this case or this story. We're going to continue to follow it because it's pretty wild. And I'll be honest with you, for a law enforcement officer to just go in and and yell at him and then pull the trigger and put 6 to 9 shots in the guy's face, it's personal, like very personal. And you go, well, how do you know that? Well, I'll tell you what, every time the mob would do a hit on someone, if it was very, very personal, like very personal, they made sure they shot him up in the face. That way they could never be shown to their family again in a casket. And if it wasn't someone that did something that was really personal, then they just did something, had somebody take care of them, and that was it. Another case I'm following right now, and I'm still trying to reach out and get more information, was this, and it's been a week now, we've talked about it, with the Javion McGee, the 21-year-old boy that was hanging from a tree in Henderson, North Carolina, working his job, driving trucks. And at this point, it looks like that. Now, this does not surprise me here, because I know we have a lot of listeners in North Carolina, but a lot of the sheriff's departments in North Carolina are very crooked. They're very crooked. I know that 1,000%, and I actually told a little bit to the enforcer the other night. Something I was a part of. But anyways, so that doesn't surprise me there. And they're saying it was self-inflicted, of him hanging himself. And, here's the thing. And let me think about this. Why would someone that could take other options want to publicly go out, climb a tree, whatever you do, put the noose around them and jump off there and hang themselves, or however it was done? They just don't do that. I continue to say what I've been saying. I smell a rat. And it looks like the sheriff's department there is not being forthcoming, and they need to be investigated, because I can guarantee you, if they're not being forthcoming, then there's other cases like this. And if there's other cases like this, those people need to come forward and sing like a bird right now and get it out there. Let me see here. I'm looking at my chat here. So if what happened, it's sad that the sheriff huntsman, I'm not sure he'll spend the rest of his life in prison, because if it comes out, here's the thing. Now he'll get pinched, but he'll probably do time because of the crime. But if he reacted because this judge was doing what we think he was doing, then that's called a crime of passion. And a crime of passion is looked at differently, including when there's murder involved. Because a crime of passion is something that it's just your emotions and everything have overtaken you. And it's something that's so close to you. And, if it's your kid, that's what I'm not saying you have a right to go kill somebody and go, oh, it was a crime of passion, because they don't look at it that way. There's a lot of investigating on this. And I'm hoping that some people that I know in Kentucky, because the troopers will be investigating this, I hope that they really look into all this. And if this judge was dirty, I hope they reveal every damn thing he's done, because it's going to take that happening for the bad people to go, hey, I better not do this anymore, because I'm going to be outed. I'm going to be outed, and I'm going to be revealed. So we'll just keep an eye on that. I've been saying this, guys. I've been saying for a while. We've got all kinds of things going on in our country. So many things, and what is being hid from us? Okay. I told you today's going to be a good one. I got a lot of good stuff here, but we're going to lead up to it. And so within a short amount of time, you've got a CIA agent that's caught and revealed because he's drugging and assaulting dozens of women. That's coming out in the public. And then you've got another, whatever you want to call it, psyop or whatever you want to call it. I don't even care now. But an assassination attempt upon Trump. Okay? You got that. And of course, now they're saying people that was at his last rally is coming down with some sort of thing because there was powder put on him or something. was falling down from the ceiling or whatever, and now everyone's getting whelps and itching and all this other stuff. Who knows? Who really knows? See, I do anything from a child's safety? Absolutely. Don't mess with our kids in America. So anyways, you got that going on. So you got the CIA guy that's getting outed because he was drugging women and assaulting them while he was drugged up. And then you got the stuff going on with Trump, all that going on. And then you've got Israel, all these pagers and these remotely setting all these pagers and these walkie-talkies, that all going on. And then on top of that, then you got the P. Diddy Combs arrest that comes out. So you have all these things going on, okay? And with all these things going on, and I keep saying this, don't take your eyes off Russia, don't take your eyes off national security, don't take your eyes off that stuff, because we can have so many things going on. And what story or stories are they trying to distract us from? Now, understand, this program, this show is not to, I'm not coercing you. I'm presenting things for you to have a free thinking mind that you would think for yourself and be like, hey, this is what's going on. I see what's going on. I don't know if it's satire, but I heard they were blown. I've never even heard of that. And yeah, makes me ask, what are they hiding? So yeah, what are they hiding? So you got all that going on. And it's like, what in the world, what are they hiding from us that would keep us, just keep us back or bound, or however you want to say it, that would just keep us down? It's quite scary a little bit, at the fact that you have all these things. Now, we'll get in here in a little bit to the next rally that Trump is going to have in Ohio in 2 weeks. We're going to get to that. But prior to that, we're going to talk here for a little bit about Kamala, who changes. Now, I've been saying this for 2 months now, that she changes her voice depending upon what group of people she's with. And here's the thing. I would like to see how she would talk if she's in a room of very, very, very well-educated business people, and just, not your normal cut cloth people. Not saying anybody's dumb, but, you get what I'm saying. Of course, you've had the Haitian stuff, you've had the dogs, the cats, all that stuff. And, and I want to tell you something here. We've said over and over, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, rulers of darkness, and wickedness in high places. So you have all these Haitians coming in here. And of course, we know what they've been doing with the animals, how they're infiltrating. Here's the thing. Haitian people are known for voodoo, black magic, all that nasty crap. And them coming to America, it should scare you spiritually a little bit, because they're coming here and they're bringing their religion with them. They're bringing their practices with them, because one of the things that they do is they sacrifice animals still, and they'll sacrifice them and then they eat them to gain more power. You don't believe DC, you need to go research it if you don't believe me. Warning, I do not type. So you got them coming over here. They're practicing their stuff. And the problem, here's the thing, for your religious folks that say, oh, we should be open to all. What about the Sylacauga guy? It's on the city council. Little Bobby's what I'm going to call him. I don't know his name, but Little Bobby. He's a good Christian boy. Everybody knows him. Born and grown up in Sylacauga, Alabama. And little Bobby gets on his soapbox with his mayor, which is a disgrace, and says, well, these people have been showing up at our church. They just want to worship God. He is dumb as an ox. Dumb as an ox. Because they're not there to just sit and worship your God. Do not be deceived, people. Because these people will come up in your church and try to cast spells. And you'll be saying, whoa, they're just great. They're worshiping with us. All they want to do is come here and praise God. Hallelujah. They don't come there to convert. Understand that? That's not what their religion is. It's not about see, you got your Baptist, Methodist, Presbyterian, well, some of those, Pentecostal, Church of God, Assembly of God, all these. It's all about getting souls saved and then conversions, getting them into where they are, converting them from what they've been to there. It's no different than car salesman trying to tell you why your Ford you're driving is a piece of crap. You need to drive a Chevrolet, or going to a Kia dealership and them saying, oh, well, the motors in your Chevrolet are junk. You need to get the motors in ours and our warranties are better. Everybody's religion has its own perks that they try to sell everybody on. And these people aren't coming here to sit and worship with you. You're exactly right, Jenny. They have come to take over. See, here's the thing. The church body has moved from taking dominion to being open to all. You understand what I'm saying? See, it used to be in the old days, you go to church and everybody would pray. They prayed them. They'd have service till 2, 3 in the morning sometimes. But it was about taking dominion over spiritual things in your life and in this country to keep us all on track. But we have been so converted to the seeker sensitive. And let me just tell you something about the seeker sensitive people. The people that have really ushered that in, they're on Diddy's lists. What are you going to do about that one? Oh, we'll do nothing. Well, you probably won't. But to the young girl in church that gets pregnant, that's not married, well, we're going to love her. We're going to love her, but she can't be used for 2 years because she got pregnant. Or so-and-so got caught having an affair, so we're going to set them down for 5 years. But we're going to be seeker sensitive to all. They didn't come here, and I said this, they didn't come here to play Monopoly. They didn't come here to play games. And I'm going to jump off on this, but I am, here we are. But until the religious world, the church body, I don't care what denomination you're, the church body that is united does not take its focus off of the seeker sensitive crap and put it back on saints taking dominion over spiritual things, then we're screwed. We're screwed. We just cannot fall for that. We cannot do it. And if you know your enemy, the Bible says pray for them, okay? You can pray for them, but you don't have to fellowship with them. You just don't. And I can already see a couple emails that are going to be coming in later. Can't believe you would say that. What I'm saying is this: you do it. Church people do it all the time to people that are from this country and that have grown up in their areas. You know, it's funny how people will debate you and debate you and debate you and debate you. And they always want to tell you what's wrong and always want to tell you what's right, even though the facts say this. Oh, but they know better. They know better because they know so-and-so that knows so-and-so, and that so-and-so knows so-and-so. And by the time the story gets told to them, it's went through 40, 50 people, sarcastically here, okay? But they know more than you. And you have facts on it. You have everything there. You're the one that investigated it, daggone it. But they know better. They all know better. But those people that want to debate you were also the sheep that were in the grocery stores following a line. You have to come in. You have to go this direction. You have to go this direction because we don't want COVID to spread. Or you got to go down this way. And these are the same people that followed the lines. When I go into a grocery store, when I go into Walmart or I go into a Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever, I purposely walk in the opposite way. That's just me. Because I don't like following the sheep. It ain't that I want to break every rule, because I don't. I'm just not going, bah, bah, bah. Where's the bathroom? Bah. I mean, seriously. But these same people that debate us, the same people that criticize, the same people that, oh, well, that ain't true. That ain't true. But they all, it's a funny thing that people want to know everything you got to say, and then when you say it, they want to debate it. You want to know why they want to debate it? Because they have no truth in what they say, and they don't believe what they think they believe. But they always want to prove everybody wrong. But these are the same ones that followed arrows down the grocery store aisles, thinking we're making it safer in here because we're following these arrows. Bunch of freaking retards. Seriously. So dumb. Oh, and those are the same ones that still to this day run around, and you'll see them in their car and they'll still have their mask on. And them alone, because they're so petrified that something's going to come through my car vent. Even though I have it set on recirculating air, I'm liable to catch something, because you know that leather in my car is pretty daggone polluted. You know, the carpet's so polluted with COVID. No, it's polluted with floor garbage. You know, where you went into the bathroom, used the bathroom, and you got all that overspray on yourself, and you go sit in your carpet and in your car. Give me a break. These are the ones that want to debate us. We say I'm a patriot. Oh, what's that actually mean? Make America Great, MAGA. What's that actually mean? That means you're a Trumper. That means you're a hard. That means you're this. No, that means I care about my country, dumbass. And I stopped a long time ago, people. I used to be very, very, believe it or not, I used to be very quiet to a point, and I still can be. But if I get rubbed the wrong way, I respond. And I used to just kind of hold my tongue a little bit. But I started realizing that people are going to say what they want to say, believe what they want to believe, and why should I always? Well, we got to take the upper hand, DC. We've got to be more like Christ. Well, if you was more like Christ, you would walk in your church and you'd flip the tables over because of the nonsense that's going on. Oh, but you won't. You won't. But you expect our political leaders to be held accountable. We expect it, but it don't happen in our own churches. It don't happen in our own homes. And we have lost the art. We have lost the art of taking dominion in our lives, in our homes, in our communities. And we're seeing it being flushed down the toilet because we have taken the back seat to, well, I'll just pray about it. Well, it's not good. It's not good to get politics and church mixed up because, you know, the separation of church and state, that don't even make sense. But then secretly behind doors, pastors go, well, I go to the city council and pray, and I know Senator so-and-so and Congressman so-and-so. If you know all these people, or your church people do, and your community sucks, and you got drugs wild, and you got migrants everywhere eating your dogs and cats and whatever else is going to go on, you got all that going on and none's been taken care of, it doesn't matter how good of friends you are to them. They don't care about your community or you. They care about you voting for them to keep them in and get a paycheck and continue to do a job of nothing. Yep, you're right. Someone said, yeah, the mask. And you're exactly right. You don't know how many people that I've passed on the road and they still have freaking masks on. And used to, I would just kind of like look at them and go, shake my head and be like, whatever. Now, I will wave at them. I'll like wave out the window. And then when they turn and look, I point at them and just start laughing. I know some of you are too perfect for that. It's just cruel, DC. It's just cruel to do people that way. You're right. It is. But when COVID was going on and all that, the same people was standing there demanding that you follow an arrow to nowhere because it's going to make us all safer. I ain't debating with people like that. And kiss my butt. And of course, it's a Democratic thing. It was pushed. Something that I found, good information here. Good information. I have said all along, those of you who have been faithful listeners, that the Democratic Party has been one of the biggest pushers of slavery and keeping the African American people blind to what they're doing. Now we have a few now starting to really come out and be like, "Hey, this is nuts! What they're doing." The clip I played yesterday of the men that was with Kamala, and she was talking to them, and they were talking, and she thought for sure they was going to be on her side, and they weren't. After that little thing was over, she don't greet nobody. She's pissed. She jumps up, walks off, waves her hand in the air, and takes off. Just don't care. Because in 1964, here's your daily dose of history. In 1964, on the floor of the U.S. Senate, the Democrats, not Republicans, the Democrats held the longest filibuster in our nation's history. You understand that? It was 75 days long. Y'all can go Google it. Y'all can go check it out, and you'll see for yourself. 1964, the Democrats held the longest filibuster in our nation's history for 75 stinking days. Because all was trying to prevent from passing one thing. They held it up for 75 days because they didn't want to pass this one thing. Do you know what that was? The Civil Rights Act. The Civil Rights Act. It's amazing how these cats, sorry about that, how these guys in Congress and Senate and all this other junk, how they can do some of the dumbest things. I mean, you got the Jews that hate Hitler because everything happened to them, and very right, so they should. But then you got this African American community think, well, I'm a Democrat. No, you're a slave. You're a slave. No, we live in a land. I'm not no slave. I work my job. You're a slave. You're still a slave. They still consider you a slave. You want to know why? Because you still vote for these people that didn't even want you to have rights to begin with. The Civil Rights Act. Go look at it. And look at the people that was holding it up. There's been several senators and all this other stuff that's been Grand Klansmen. And people go, man, that's a great guy. Great guy. And I've heard he's a great man of God because my pastor had him at my church. My Lord. Anyway, don't you like my rants and raves? It's just fantastic. So anyways, I'm going to touch on this P. Diddy thing here for you because some people have asked what I thought about. I'm going to tell you a lot of things that let me rephrase that. Tell you a couple things I'm thinking about it, plus also some things I've seen and things I know on it now. I went through all the documents on it. The list, just so you all know, the list of every person that's been there, every person that went on his 5-day airplane trip that they did. It was a 5-day party going around the world. And They would stop, refill, pick up other people, drop people off, do their thing, blah, 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 blah. Part of this, well, not any part, this list is being leaked out now. And the reason why it's being leaked is this. Because if Diddy suicides himself, supposedly, then it'll just vanish like a fart in the wind because, the powers that be don't want that to get out. But it is too late now. One of the things, now, when I'm saying this here, I'm telling you that it's pretty disturbing. Let me just say this. For those of you that know what frazzle drip was, or is, this is worse than that. Jay-Z's running. Oh, his head is, well, I was going to say in the news, but people go berserk on that. DC, can I adopt you and Brad? Absolutely, Teresa. Absolutely. And when we get to video stuff actually moving, we'll go through the frazzle drip. We'll go through it all. Probably need to find, it probably won't be on YouTube because they'll ban me. But the Diddy tapes are significantly more disturbing than frazzle drip. It's not even close to frazzle drip. And they're starting to be leaked out now. The video that I saw this morning that a buddy sent to me, it's very disturbing. And I'm just going to let you know, Michelle Obama or Michael Obama, whatever the hell you want to call him, that thing is in this video, 100%. And to think, what's the funny thing about this is when she came to the party, was wearing a disguise. But the more you drink a little bit and you get a little bit of drugs in you, you start feeling real relaxed, right? Because you're amongst friends, party friends, man. Yeah, I can I don't know about my hair, but yeah, I just take my clothes off like everybody else and just whatever happens because we're all one big party. Yeah, your big party was filmed. And your big party is getting leaked. Several people are coming out now and saying that P. Diddy actually kept all the footage of, now I already told you I saw Michael in one footage, but of Barack Obama and Michelle. And the first arrest will shock the world. I'm going to put a lot of things into perspective for you here today. Some of you's not going to like it, but guess what? I don't care. So you got that. You got Obama. You got Barack and that dude, Michael. They're on video. Let me tell you a little secret here. Even though the videos and all that stuff have been confiscated, there was copies made, and it's about to be posted online. Yep. That's a fact there. Diddy has been placed on suicide watch because an inmate that he's in there with, this is, if you believe in karma, here we go. If you believe in karma, here you go. Diddy's placed on suicide watch as video shows an inmate that was a porn star. He was Diddy's sex slave. Isn't it like, if you want to call it karma or whatever, that you get thrown in there and then you're in there with the people that you screwed over, literally, both, well, figuratively and, yeah. And so he's been placed on suicide watch. And of course, now the attorneys are saying, oh, this is bad. He can't go in the general population. He can't do this. He can't do that. Since when did Diddy get get the royal treatment in jail. Since when did anyone get the royal treatment? Play a couple things here and we'll be moving along because I'm not going to spend all day on this Diddy crap. But here we go.
Politicians, athletes, international dignitaries like British royalty, Prince Harry, and music label executives. Lil Rod claimed some of the biggest names in the recording industry sponsored these parties with sex workers, drugs, and underage girls. The CEO of Universal Music, Lucian Grange, is named as a defendant. So is the former CEO of Motown Records, Ethiopia, Habert Mariam, and others. Lil Rod says hidden cameras were in every room of Diddy's homes. Lil Rod believes that Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. Salacious tapes of Hollywood's biggest names, including record CEOs and politicians, doing drugs and cavorting with prostitutes and minors. The complaint argues that these freak-off parties were a business model. Young and up-and-coming talent attended and were promised career opportunities and access to music executives. They were then plied with drugs and alcohol, filmed. Some were blackmailed. There was a quid pro quo, according to the complaint. Lil Rod said not only were these music executives sponsoring these parties, they were handing Diddy large sums of cash that he used to pay for the sex workers and drugs. Something tells me the IRS is going to be interested.
Okay. So, Prince Harry? Oh, but he's Diana's son. Doesn't matter. Freaking perv. And that's just, that right there is not even 1%. Let's see, what's somebody say here? Frazzle Drip was a film, Hillary Clinton and an age sexually assaulting him. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm responding to somebody here. If you see that my old Facebook, DC's Facebook is up, report it. It's been reported several times, but it needs to be reported as fake or a scam or whatever you want to call it. You just need to report it because it's not me. It's just not me. And I will not be asking you for your phone numbers. I won't be asking for anything like that. Won't be asking you for a loan. Won't be asking anything like that. Won't be asking you, hey, my car broke down. Can you send me $10 or $40? Don't give them anything. Give them a report that they're fake, and let that be. So yeah. So Diddy, it's all of his guys around him are absolutely caving. They're caving on him, and they're like rats running. They want to save their butts because they know that they're on those videos too. And they know that their goose is cooked. I mean, it's just a done deal with them. And it is absolutely just saddening to see people's lives ruined. And then, of course, you still have Al Sharpton going, well, he's actually an educator. Are you kidding me? Colin Diddy, a great businessman. Oh, he's such a businessman, all right? He blackmails people, had people bringing him money so they could screw little kids, and meanwhile drug them, whatever else he wanted to do. And just so you know, Justin Bieber is going to testify against Diddy. It's about to get really hairy. And there's several videos out of Diddy when he was given temporary custody. First, it was Usher that had custody of him, and then Usher, which has been abused and all that junk by anyway, and then turns him over to Diddy. But anyways, he's going to be testifying against him because Diddy was doing more than just giving him a recording session and trying to help his career. Wasn't doing it. He is a predator in general for children and adults. And his days are just numbered, man. His days are numbered. Getting back to what it was earlier, and then I'm going to take a small break, and I'm going to break some good stuff to you. Kamala Harris. So she's doing her little deal, and of course, I told you she changes her deal, but it's funny because this is actually, and I have to say this because if I don't say this, absolutely, Kamala was with Diddy too. She's been with everybody. But anyway, this guy's African American. And I have to say that because if I don't say that, it doesn't put it in perspective. And I'll tell you what, because y'all know I hate the race card, but you have to now identify who's talking. If not, everybody's like, oh, I don't know. But anyways, this is an African American. This is what they're starting to see with Kamala.
First, you had Sister Girl Kamala.
Hello to all my divine nine brothers and sisters.
Then you had Southern Kamala.
We're going to do it again in 2024.
Now, I want to introduce you to Senorita Kamala.
I love you back.
Kamala Harris is a de facto presidential candidate for all people. She believes in absolutely nothing, knows absolutely nothing about what she really stands for, has done virtually nothing over the past 4 years, but opened the southern border wide open to people who really do not care about or love this country. And since she is so fundamentally empty, she will be whoever she needs to be to pander to any audience that she's around. If she's around Black people, she will sound Black. If she's around Indian people, she will talk about her Indian heritage. If she's around Southern people, she will affect a Southern accent. And when she's around some Latinas, she will get spicy and you will get Senorita Kamala. What you won't get is a presidential nominee who will tell you how she's going to make your life better, how she's going to secure the southern border, how she's going to bring down inflation, how she's going to make your groceries less expensive, and how she's going to make your gas less expensive, because she is a completely empty pantsuit that believes in absolutely nothing but her own personal power and wants nothing more than to use all of these communities that she's pandering to in her desperate attempt to become president. If you want somebody that believes in absolutely nothing, you can take your pick from Senorita Kamala, from Sister Girl Kamala, or from Southern Belle Kamala. You are guaranteed to get absolutely nothing in an America that gets even worse in the next 4 years, if you can even believe it.
She's all things to all people. Now, I'm going to say this. This is not being demeaning at all. Understand this. I'm not being demeaning at all to any of these people. But what would happen if she went to, say she went to a town hall, and it was a town hall for people that have had throat cancer or whatever, and they no longer have a vocal cord, so they have to have the little thing. I used to have a postman that had that. Had a little vibrator thing on the neck, and I felt so sorry for him. What would she do? Would she walk in and stick one of those suckers to her neck and go, I just want to tell you all today, I'm running for president. I mean, seriously. What if you put her in there? What if you took her to a school that dealt with Down syndrome children? I mean, I'm being very serious here. I'm not being demeaning. I'm being very serious. Because she is so stupid that she would try to act that way. I mean, seriously. Put her in a place where there's a bunch of hair lip people. See how she talks. And see if it doesn't piss people off. Because she's not all to all people. Like I told you, the closest she's been to the border has been Taco Bell. That's about it. And I love how she just changes how she changes her voice. I have to be careful what I was about ready to say there. I wish the African American community would get more pissed off that she's making fun of him. Or wait a minute, maybe not making fun of him, just putting off that she thinks that that's the way they talk. What if she got up there and said, I'm going to talk like you all. All y'all talk about is Ebonics. You realize how pissed off people would be? I'd be pissed off. And she gets up there and, oh, thank you so much, señorita. Thank you so much. Let's get a burrito. Burrito. Hold the salsa. Candace Owens, she nailed it. She nailed it. About Kamala.
Amazing little Spanish accent because she sat down with the Congressional Hispanic Caucus at their leadership event. That was today. And I just want you to hear this little accent.
Oh, it's good to see so many friends. I love you back.
I love you back. It's so hard. You know me, I come from a country that I love you back. Te amo mucho. Soy Candice. You can call me Candice. I want to run because I want to do this. I think it would be so fun for me to just like adopt on and just play dress up and different characters. I'd be like, I love you, bitty bitty bum bum, a bitty bitty bum bum, como la flor. If I'm like in front of the Mexicans, like doing whatever, a little bit of aventura. What do you guys want? Who do you want me to be today? Because I'm going to run for president just to do this.
I want to see her deal with these Haitian people. I want to see her sit down and have dinner with them. That's what I want. I want to see her sit down and communicate to them. Like really communicate to them. Like be like, hey, let's break bread together. Let's break bread together right now. And then pull out a cat. Yeah.
To be a different person every single day. I'm going to be Indian some days. I'm going to be black some days. And sometimes te amo mucho, oh baby. She's just amazing. And she somehow managed to, at that same event, remind people that she's in these streets. Take a listen.
In fact, recently I was in Nevada. I'm in these streets. Let me tell you, I'm everywhere.
She's just.
Did she say streets or the sheets? Because she's normally in the sheets with people.
Amazing. And they laugh. They eat it up. They're like, ha, 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 ha. Oh my God, you're so great. You're in these streets. Something she never said ever before she decided to run, or rather when she was inserted to run for president in Joe Biden's place.
She's the perfect one. I'd like to see her talk like her commander-in-chief. Not mine, hers. I pooped my pants. It's just great that she's everything to all people. It just blows me away that people will even want to even listen to her. Now, I'm going to take a few seconds of your time here, and we're all going to be, that was Candace Owens. We're all going to be a little bit dumbed down for listening to this, but I want you to listen to Kamala. The question that's asked her from, of course, she's doing a live thing last night, and of course that was crappy, but she's taking questions, and there's some people in a video, a couple that asked her a question, and her answer is, well, she can tell you.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Yeah, first of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family, and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been. And we need to deal with that. And there are a number of ways. One is bringing down the cost of everyday necessities, including groceries.
Are you lost? Because daggone it, I am. And this is who's been in there for 3.5 years and wanting in for 4 more. Yeah. Unbelievable that we are in America like this these days. We'll take a break. We'll be right back, and we're going to jump into this, and I think you're going to like it, guys.
Here are a few reasons to support DC Intel. 1, timely updates. Get the latest breaking news and intelligence updates as they happen. 2, reliable information. Depend on us for accurate and credible news sources. 3, insightful analysis. Gain deeper understanding with our expert analysis and comprehensive coverage. 4, community engagement. Join a community of informed and engaged individuals who care about current events. 5, transparency. We are committed to transparency in all our reporting, helping you to see the bigger picture. 6, convenience. Stay informed on the go with easy access to updates through our social media platforms. Supporting DC Intel means staying informed and connected with the news that impacts our nation.
We would like to invite you to become a DC Guardian. A Guardian is someone who supports us with a gift of $10 a month. And you will also receive a beautiful DC decal so you can post your support. And also you will get email updates for Guardians only, plus special discounts on products and functions and conferences to come. Please click on the donate button on our EIOBN.com website to support. Once again, on behalf of the Excellence in Online Broadcasting Network, thank you.
Never give up, never give in. We fight for freedom. We fight for America. We fight for America.
All right, we're back. All right, we'll get into this here. I don't want to go too long here, and without doing this, but anything you can do to help us keep what we're doing, it's greatly appreciated. You can go to EIOBN.com. That is our website. One of the moderators will put it in there for you. And you can go there and click on our social media links. And for those of you that are getting things from Facebook, like I said, report it as fake or a scam. Get rid of that thing. All right. So I told you it was going to be, what was a quick commercial break too? Some good things happening. Okay. So where are we going to start here? Let's see here. I got a lot of stuff here and not a lot of time, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, it's gone. All right. So for those who've been saying nothing is going on. Okay. So that's first where I want to stay. First thing, when the U.S. Marshals were pulled up, everybody was giving their orders, giving their things. Everybody's going out. I ain't seen nothing happen. I ain't heard nothing. Yeah, they're going to call you up and say, hey, just want to let you know the marshals have been dispatched out in your area. I mean, come on. They're doing a lot of things, but we can't say, but just wanted you to know that they're in your area. Don't be frightened. The only time you should be frightened, the only time you should be frightened is if you hear fires going, or not fires, but the flashbangs going off and people climbing through your windows and jumping through your front door with guns. That's probably the time you should worry, but that's not going to happen to you all. Do I think it's too late to shift old 401k to who and go? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's actually a place on our website you can click, or either there's a number you can make contact that way for someone to help you out with that, and they will help you out with that. Am I the only one who went blank or silent? Probably so. So anyway, for those who've been saying nothing's going on, there's nothing going on. I don't see nothing going on. I'm going to tell you a lot going on. And for those of you that have followed Q, for those of you that follow the gematria and all that stuff, got some really big things here. I mean, some really big things. And if you're a conspiracy theorist, I think today you may change. I think you'll be converted, right? That's what it's all about, conversion. Just kidding, guys. first things, one of the things that's happening, and I will say this in America, is that, and I know probably some of you's probably already seen it, but in Las Vegas, the Dome, okay? And years ago, I mean like years and years ago, CIA was part of a lot of subliminal messages, okay? So like when you would go into like a movie theater and you're watching the previews, your mind's eye, your eyes see it, but your mind catches something. They place, if you would slow down the commercials and the previews and all that stuff, you'll see different kinds of things. That's why you'll be sitting and go, man, I think I'd like to have some popcorn, but I mean, it's $12 a box, but good God, you know, I want some. I'm just saying, and you never eat popcorn. That's because it's subliminally being pushed to you. And it's proven, you know, there's all kinds of stuff online you can look at to see where Coca-Cola was doing it. Pepsi's done it. DC, is there a way? Yeah, absolutely. Go to our website, hit contact, put your stuff in there, and somebody will make contact with you, or either I will at some point. But anyway, subliminal messages. And it goes, and it's been on TV for years. And of course, those that are conspiracy go, it never happened. And they won't. They'll, whatever. They're those that walk the arrows in the aisles thinking that we're all being safe. And they probably still wear their masks in their cars. But anyway, so you got this dome in Las Vegas. And of course, it flashes. I know people that's been there, went there, U2 and, you know, and all that other junk. But on the outside of the dome, it flashes stuff, you know. And there's one that I have seen to where it opens up, and it looks like, at first you're thinking, oh, this is AI. This is just AI. But the dome looks like the lid opens up on it, and it looks like a gigantic bottle just comes out the top of it. And it comes out probably 400, 500 feet in the air. And it looks like the dome has now become its base. That's not AI. That is projection. That is projection that they're using to make it look like it's like real, which is kind of crazy. But this dome that's flashing, someone had posted everything and said it's just odd of all the words that's on it. So I'm actually going to break down these levels, and I'm going to show you everything. You know, Q said it, everything done in plain sight, right? Plain sight. Subliminal advertising, absolutely. Okay. So anyway, so this dome is going, and I'm slowing it down, and the first thing that pops up, it's just like a sun or whatever with a smiley face and all that. And then real quick, before you can even catch it, before it goes onto the next screen, it pops up and says, everything you know is wrong. You ever wondered what's on these domes when they do this? This is what it is. You go, oh, that goes so fast, I can't see what that is. Oh, I see the word dog or whatever it may be. Not the word, you know what I'm saying. But it says everything you know is wrong. And then real quick, within like half a second, it pops up and it says, well, because it's going so fast, it says whore, Japan, chaos, everything chaos, crisis, everything, death is invincible. Death is inevitable. Sorry. It says kill, baby, all in caps, great big, kill, baby, squabble, fix, F-I-X, Audubon, meme, says V, says that feeling when woof, sugar, cult, smack, fail. Just dumb stuff, okay? I'm going for this. And the next one is autopsy, job, show up, glow up, lies, car, the future is a fantasy. Now, this stuff is showing out there. It says wife, victim, cringe, creativity, food, sexy, war, social. I'm just hang tight, guys. Media is the Antichrist. Bloody kids, trash. Mom, computers, compassion, frenzy, fish, collar. See, what happens is they throw a bunch of these dumb words up there and then they throw a phrase in there. It says, everyone is a racist except you. And it goes on. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on and on about stupid stuff. Go down, spit, decor, fans, Woolworths, just random crap, and then it throws out these dumb sayings. The thing about that is this. This is something that's subliminal. And I know some people say, well, that's words to songs and all that. Whatever. There's nothing positive in that. Everything is about doom, gloom, or giving you statements that Harley Chick, this is actually the big globe thing, whatever you want to call it now, that's in Las Vegas, that shows all the pictures on it. That's the dome where the YouTube was playing in, and everybody's so awesome about it, loves it. That one. It's the dome in Vegas. But anyways, the words that go on top, and there's a couple of videos online that people's now starting to jump onto it. But the thing is nothing on there is conducive to our world. It's all tearing down. It's all destructive, and it's all subliminally putting things in your head. But yet it's done in plain sight. Oh, look, that's pretty cool over there, Bob. Let's look at that over there. And you're like, oh, wow, cool. It just changes, and it changes so quick that you can't even follow it. At least your eyes can't. But your mind grabs it and subconsciously puts it away. That's why it's important to pay attention to surroundings. Not just, is there someone that could hurt me? But hey, what am I watching? What am I listening to? What am I seeing? Same with music. You'll have music that has all kinds of crap in it, and you don't realize it. And then when you really start reading the words, like, my God, I can't believe I'm singing with this. It's nuts. But when the Marshals, that was just a freebie. But when the Marshals were pulled out, and y'all know all that story about them going to DC and everything else, and of course they're saying, "Oh, nothing's happened. I haven't seen nothing happen." I'm going to tell you something real quick here, but I want you to understand, what does it mean to be a deputized as a marshal? The United States, and the reason why I'm touching on this, because someone's asked me several times, the United States Marshal Service is authorized to deputize and selected persons to perform the functions of a deputy U.S. Marshal whenever law enforcement needs the United States Marshal Service. It could be courtroom security. It could be anything. And reason why I'm saying it is because it's leading into what I'm saying here. Everybody's been saying nothing's going down. Nothing's going down. And we're going down, guys. It's happening. I don't know if you saw or not, but it's coming out now that David Letterman and his IndyCar racing team, the headquarters was raided by the FBI in Indiana. And it ain't just him. It's co-owned by David Letterman, but it's also Bobby Rahal and Mike Flanagan. Those guys being hit. And when I say being hit, I'm saying being raided, investigated. Don't know the charge yet, but it will happen. It's happening. There's no way. Deputies, you got it. There's no way to sit back and say nothing's happening in our world. Okay, We went over earlier. You got all these different false flags, if you want to call them, whatever you want to call them. Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, what happens next? You cannot be alarmed. Hear me. You cannot be alarmed. I'm going to play you this, and then I'm going to break this down for you. And this should, some people probably get panicked over it, but this should make you happy. Now, those of you know that Gene Ho was Donald Trump's former photographer, and he's close. And after this, I'm going to tell you my thoughts on this. I'm going to tell you. Here we go. Now, he posted this yesterday. And you tell me, this is all he posted.
Alrighty. The birds have sung. Let the pigeons loose.
That's it. And then he turns his camera down to a game where it's just got all the men already lined up. You know, like the old games that you have to put the ball in. We used to play them at the boys' clubs. Put the ball in there and you got your little men. You flick yours back and forth and somebody else flicks theirs. Listen once again to what he says. It's very odd, but yet it's very explosive.
Alrighty. The birds have sung. Let the pigeons loose.
Okay. So he puts that out there and he says that. Well, it caught my ear. It caught my ear because what? We pay attention to detail. We pay attention to detail. We pay attention to the detail. And when does a bird sing? Let me ask you that. A bird sings when it's either trapped or caged, or a bird sings after the storm. After the storm. Now, some are going to come back and say, well, that's Diddy. That's Diddy. That's Diddy. Diddy's singing like a bird. Yeah. He probably is because he's trying to save his butt. But this whole Q thing this whole thing is going down ain't just because of Diddy. Let me just tell you that. If he is a tool to bring down the Obamas or whoever else, then that's just what happens. That's what, they use it. They use it for their benefit. Hello. So a lot of people is going, oh, it's P. Diddy, P. Diddy. It has nothing to do with P. Diddy, okay? Nothing to do with P. Diddy. All right. Sutramatria. Those that follow it, those that don't, no big deal. He says the birds have sung, let the pigeons loose. Equals a simple 403. A 403 with the gematria, it can be all kinds of different things. You have to really know how to do it. But the 403 says this. This is what Q said a long time ago. You're daggone right, popcorn, drinks, and candy bars, and all these things. But this is what happens. Q said, the storm is up on us. Right? 403, nothing can stop what's coming because that's what it means. Nothing can stop what's coming because the storm is up on us. The first reset, the first arrest will shock the world. Okay? That's what Q said. When you start breaking this down, the 403, it's all kinds of different things. But I want you to listen closely because this ain't just, a lot of people go, well, the gematria, it means this, it means that. And they give you, well, it means just this, it means dog bone in the sky or something stupid. No. The first part of 403 means this. This is crazy. I know, I'm looking at your chats here too. Canaries have sunk. Yep. 411 for the birds. Yep. But when you break all this down, it comes to this. And I know some of you are going to be just nuts. Blue avian extraterrestrials comes back to decode the second coming of Christ. Q will be hated. He's beginning to remember that cannot happen. Now you're like, this is just random stuff. Hang tight. Hang tight. Hang tight. Shapeshifter's eyes are out of alignment. Stop, everybody. Before you go in and go, oh my God. How many of you have seen videos? Y'all that want conspiracy theories, here we go. For all of you that have seen people and their eyes shift and do all this goofy stuff, turn like a cat and all that stuff, what are these called? They call them shapeshifter eyes, right? It goes on to say a schedule an appointment or a walk. And it says, God said, the Most High God is the Lord. And it says this, arrogant psychotics, they torture babies. Remember, we rebuild, we come back stronger. Now, I know you're like, this is all crazy. Just hang tight. 403 goes on to say that you cannot have possession of me ever. Goes on to say that mind control is inducing perversion. How do they do mind control? It's not about, it's what you hear, take into your head. If you listen to a song long enough and they talk about raping people and everything else, at some point your mind is going to grab on that. Oh, it ain't so bad after all. Hey, that little chick's pretty hot. She's 10 years old. How disgusting. Seriously. And it says, most people my age look a whole lot older. Well, that could go along with some of these people that we know that are still around, but yet have death certificates. Subliminal. You're right. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? The next one is, my dear husband, Jesus has raptured me. Goodbye. Digital penetration by satanic groomers has happened. You realize what's happening here? Through that code he gave and the decode of what's going on with the gematria, it's showing exactly where we are. It's showing what we're dealing with. You got people doing things to kids. You got all this stuff that's going on. Says, poke your eye in the pyramid of the eye. That's talking about the all-seeing eye. You know, the dollar bill. You know, the all-seeing eye. That is Illuminati, which is crap. Goes on to say that Jesus Christ is the most powerful thing. It says, why are you quacking like a Donald Duck devil? It says, your satanic God is not welcome anywhere near heaven. We are sons of the Heavenly Father. And then this. The storm is up on us. Hang tight. For those that follow and know, it's very powerful. If you don't know, you don't follow, you need to research, you need to follow. You need to get into it and research it some. The other thing is this. We know that when we are told that the storm is upon us, here we are thinking, everybody's going, well, they're going to get up and say, Patriots, the storm is upon us. No. Because there has to be a way of saying something without. Because if they got on TV and said something like that, everybody would be like, oh, that's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. So let me decode this for you. Here is the storm is upon us.
Alrighty. The birds have sung, let the pigeons loose.
And he points down to all these men that are perfectly lined up and ready to play. Trump said the other night, some of you may have heard it, some of you may not. If you didn't, I'm not researching for you. Go look for yourself because it's out there. At his rally the other night, he said, not details guy, pay attention to details. He says, I'm going to Ohio in a couple weeks. And that will probably be my last rally. That'll be the last time you see me, is what he said. I'm sorry. Let me ask you this. Why would Trump, that is running for president, knows he's going to kick Kamala's Hispanic, whatever you want to call her, butt? I'm sorry, Indian. Why would he even publicly say that? Why would he say that? To everyone there. Why would he do that? Because he knows everybody is wanting faith, right? Needing faith. But yet he gets up and he says, I'm going to be over here in 2 weeks or whenever it is. It may be the last time you ever see me. Trying to look here. Here we go. I'm going to transfer this over so I can play it for you. Because some won't even believe me. They'll be like, oh, that's just him saying that. No, it ain't just me saying that. Give me a second. It's coming over. Here we go. Turn the volume on.
Field, and I'm going to Aurora. You may never see me again, but that's okay. Got to do what I got to do. Whatever happened to Trump?
Stop. He says, I'm going to Springfield, and then I'm going to Aurora. You may never see me again, but that's okay. I've got to do what I've got to do. One more time for those of you that go, well, DC's making that up. Nope. Here you go, big boy.
Field, and I'm going to Aurora. You may never see me again, but that's okay. Got to do what I got to do. Whatever happened to Trump? Well, he never got out of Springfield. I'm leading in Ohio by like 15 points a lot, and we're going to take care of Ohio, and we're going to take care of Colorado, and we're going to take care of every single state in the union. They're all under siege. A lot of people don't talk about. But think of this. So the mayor of Springfield, and I think he's a very...
Okay, stop. So we're under siege. We're under siege. Details, guys, details, right? So if Trump knows he's ahead, knows he's got this thing whipped, that, it's not going to be a big deal, and that he knows that so many people are holding on to his words, why would he say, I'm going to Springfield and I'm going to Aurora? You may never see me again, but I got to do what I've got to do. Because we are under siege. And then you got Gene Ho that releases that. And it falls into the gematria. And you do that, and it says, the storm is upon us. Don't forget. Everybody's thinking, oh, well, he was going to jail, so he'll be well insulated. Mm-mm. Listen to me carefully. We're entering in to the stage that everybody, and not a stage of, oh, it's a movie. No, the stage of a mission. And the stage of the mission is at this point, he's giving us timestamps, guys. He's giving us information. He said it right there. But I've got to do what I got to do because this country, we're under siege. Donald Trump, we know the whole chess thing, we know all that. But for those that just go, I just don't know. Donald Trump throws out comms all the time. Now, that doesn't mean that every time he speaks, something, but 9 times out of 10, something he says is a comm. I'm not going to lie. Because there's only one way to get your message out to certain people that are in the field that I'm in and others are in. And now you got people that's actually starting to decode it. Wait a minute. What's he mean by this? I'm telling you what he's meaning by this right now. I'm telling you, we are entering in the last stage of this mission. There's all kinds of rumors. Well, he's going to be assassinated. He's going to be this. He's going to fake assassination and he's going to come back and blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. None of us, even people who do intel, are privy to anything like that. Because the more people know, the more something can be foiled. The more people that know everything, not everybody can be trusted. Well, I got so much. Do you realize how much pressure sometimes you have? I've been under so much pressure sometimes. I know pressure that some people would just crush. Because you tell somebody, hey, this is what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And then they think about it and then it drives them nuts. I just can't stand to hold on to this information until I tell so-and-so over there. We are entering into a mission. For those of you that have wished, if things keep going the way I believe we're going, and from what I'm seeing now, and from what I'm hearing now, and from what Donald Trump, the commander-in-chief, you understand that, people, we have actually ironed that out weeks ago. Okay? We don't have a president operating right now. We have a commander-in-chief, though. And the commander-in-chief is about to go in an insulated point. If that insulated point is, some of you may say, well, it'll be another assassination attempt and he'll fake his own death. Well, if that's what it is, that's what it is. That's not what I'm saying. At this point, it's going to be open to your interpretation of how you see things come down. My job is to point it out to you. And my job is not to convince you. Is to present to you. I know a lot of religious people are going to be like, oh, he's going to take it to the head and he's going to come back and he's going to be the Antichrist. Oh, God. Go build another orphanage in some other country that the kids can be raped at, right? Because that's all you're all good for. These are the same people that want to say all that stuff are the people that don't want nothing to do with politics in their church. And I hate to break it to you. We're in a day where you have to have a little bit of politics. Oh, but that's not true, DC. Well, then why do you have a church board? Why do you vote for them? That's political. Why do you have a Sunday school director? Why do you appoint people? Why do you vote for people? Better yet, why do you do any of that stuff? Because it's political. You just don't like to call it that. You like to call it religious. But we are entering in the last phase here. And I'm telling you that. This is a good time right now for us. No matter what happens in the next 2 to 3 weeks, it's going to be okay. And let me just break this to you. If by chance something hits the fan, and let's just say for shits and giggles that martial law was enforced, it will not be enforced to hurt you. It will be enforced to control and to remove bad apples. Diddy is a distraction for what's happening. For those that have said for a long time, I don't see nothing. Y'all went after Brad Barton and all that stuff. Everybody, I mean, seriously, I ain't seen nothing. Well, then get your fat ass off your chair and go out there and serve. That's what you can do. It's time to quit griping over this stuff. Things are happening. They're going to continue to happen. And we're at the point now that it's going to be shoved in your face. It's going to be shoved right up your nose. I'm telling you better be prepared. Because there's no way that Trump would come out and make a mistake in what he's saying.
Field and I'm going to Aurora. You may never see me again, but that's okay. Got to do what I got to do. Whatever happened to Trump? Well, he never got out of Springfield. I'm leading.
Okay. Well, where's he go? I never got out of Springfield. Well, what's he mean by that? Everything is open to interpretation. The closer we get to those days, the more we'll know. We'll see. We'll see actually what takes place. Just remember this. I've been saying a long time, military that Trump activated when he was in there, there's executive orders for it, guys. And these executive orders have been renewed twice by the so-called Biden administration. Prove me wrong, because you can't. You can't. And before everybody jumps up and down, this is great news. That means Sarah Harris coming in. I've told you all 1,000 freaking times. That's not going to be the first thing they do. They got to control this nonsense. And I've been saying it for months now. Trump has kept names. He's let people screw him over. Or did he? I still stand behind. I'm not sure about Vance. I'm not sure what's going to happen with him. I'm not sure he's going to still be the VP. We don't know yet. But the closer we get to some of these times and dates, we'll know. But Trump would not, and I want you to understand this, he did not make a mistake. He did not get up there, and he did not throw that out there because he just was rambling. He didn't. When we say the military's on the way, sort of, yeah, but it's already been here. I've said it over and over. If we get to an election, don't worry about whether they're going to try to steal it or not. There's enough military ops going on that I don't really think you're going to have to worry. And when I get the okay to say something more about what I know, then I will. But I think what we're going to see in the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to see all the crap hit the fan with all the political leaders, the music leaders, all these people that have been filmed raping kids, all this stuff. And if you think it's only men, you're full of crap. You got Chrissy Teigen. You got all those people. You remember all the pepperoni pizzas or the cheese pizzas and all that stuff that Obama would order late night at the White House? Oh, but Obama would never do that. You're a conspiracy theorist. No, you're a dumbass for not what I'm trying to believe. It's amazing. Things can be done in your face. And we still go, I still don't believe it, DC. Just don't believe it. But then when it happens to your kid, you walk into a judge's quarters and blow his face off. Right? It's been going on. It'll continue to go on as long as we put up with it. And I'm telling you, it's coming to an end. It's quicker than you think. It is so quicker than you think. It is so quick. It's coming. It's going to make your head spin. But I'm going to tell you right now, what you see, because I know some of you will still turn on the news. I got to turn on NBC or Fox News or CNN and see what they're saying. Because it's going to be nothing but a fear tactic. Nothing but a fear tactic. But for those of you, the religious people, God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of what? Power, love, and a sound mind. How can you have a sound mind if you're infiltrated with fear? You can't. You walk and operate in panic and paranoia. It's time to stop walking in panic and paranoia and start walking in a rejuvenation and a mind that's renewed. And I'm telling you right now, Trump has openly said some things to us, and he means business. Bring it on, ready. Absolutely. It explains the different hat collars and means. Yep, absolutely. So don't be sidetracked. Don't get your eyes off of these things. Keep your eyes, like I said, all these other things that are going on around, they're trying to keep our eyes off of something else. Don't lose sight of Russia. Don't lose sight of that stuff. We're in the end times, if you want to know what's happening. We're in the end times. And we're going to see the most craziest things take place. But it's not a time to be scared, not a time to be in fear. It's a time to rejoice. Well, thank God. I get to see some vindication in my life. I get to see some people that screwed us over for years. Where's Fauci at, guys? Where's Fauci? I ask you that one. That man murdered my father. Where they at? There's a question for you. Anyway, keep your eyes on the prize. Don't be distracted by all the goofy stuff. Don't be distracted by it. Get a chance, check out our website, eiobn.com, and check us out there, support us. Help us out. We need it. Tonight, I will not be on the air because I am leaving town. And I'll be out several days, but Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, I will be remote. I'm working on all that, have all that done. There may be some technical difficulties, but hopefully not. Keep your head up. Have a great weekend. If something happens, I'll try to pop back on, but there's no guarantee of that because I have a huge amount of stuff to do. Keep us in your prayers and safe travels, and y'all have a blessed weekend and happy Friday.
Hold on tight, shine a light, make it right, fight for tomorrow. With all your might, keep the faith in the night, in the night. Hearts that bleed for a cause so true, sacrifice made for the red, white, and blue.